Stories are the supernatural every day. My name is Osademebi, and every week I will tell you a short story written by a Nigerian writer or author. That's the long and short of it. So without much ado, this week's story is by Iyanuoluwa Odulate, and it's titled The Story of Aunty Esi. She sold fruits in the same market as my mother and occasionally gave me money to buy biscuits or roasted corn. Tall and very light in complexion, her outward appearance did not give away what she carried in her. She was very beautiful with long natural hair that made her look oyibo. She scared other children, but me, I was not scared of her because she was nice to me. If they had given her a chance, I am sure that she would have been nice to the others also. However, they had good reason to be afraid of her because she had the deadliest visions. There was nothing Aunty Esi dreamed of that did not come to pass. Absolutely nothing. She predicted that Mommy Toby's husband, who was a NEPA official, that he was going to die by getting electrocuted and falling off a ladder. The day Daddy Toby died, Mommy Toby kept screaming that Aunty Esi was a witch, that she had killed her husband. From that day forward, Mommy Toby did not reply Aunty Esi's greetings anymore. The stories are endless. Before she even received her diagnosis, Aunty Esi knew that Mommy Ebere would have surgery for fibroids. Aunty Esi also knew that 2 stalls in the market would catch fire in the middle of the night, destroying all the goods inside, which, in retrospect, could have been avoided if they had just listened to her. And the day that Mr. Okafor's daughter came to the market, Aunty Esi told her neighbor that the girl was pregnant. 9 months later, Mr. Okafor announced that he was a grandfather at 38. Whenever her fellow market women saw her approaching, they would jokingly call out, "Esi, you can't play with us, Abi, you can't deliver." But there was always a hint of fear in their voices because they did not know what bad news she was bringing or to whom. It's unfair to paint her only as a harbinger of doom. She had good visions too, although they were few and far between. Like she told my mother that my sister would be awarded a scholarship to study in the university. And she also told Mama Junior that her children would surprise her with a car. Both of those things came true. But you know how these things are. People talked more about the negative visions than the positive ones. So those are all the ones that I can remember. Everyone in the market lived in awe of her until one day like this, she stopped coming. Just like that. It was surprising because she never missed a single day. The adults were not too worried. In fact, there was a sort of relief in the air, though they would never admit it. If Esi did not come, there would be no need to worry about receiving bad news. But after 7 days, she still had not shown up, so they sent a delegation to her house to go and check on her. Her neighbors claimed that they had not seen her in a week, and that day they had assumed that she had traveled, and that there was not anything to be worried about because they felt that she would probably be back soon. It has now been 6 years, and her story is gradually becoming a myth in the neighborhood. Newcomers find it hard to believe when we gist them, and parents still use her name to scare their children into submission. Me, I remember her fondly, because of all the biscuits that she used to buy for me. Although it is still locked up, every now and then, I take the longer way home from school so that I can pass in front of her house to see if she has returned. She seemed human enough, but sometimes I wonder if she was just a spirit sent to walk amongst us for a while. Iyanuoluwa Odulate is a writer who resides in Ogun State. She is a public health worker by day and an avid reader by night. You can read more of her work on Medium at Iyanuoluwa Odulate and connect with her on Instagram and on X at Iyanu_XYZ. Details and links will be in the episode description. If you've got a story you would like to be featured on this podcast, or a published book you want to make into an audiobook, send an email to info@osadumebi.com or send me a message at Osadumebi on either Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or X. I look forward to collaborating with you. And if you've enjoyed this week's episode, please subscribe, leave a review, and tell someone, everyone, that stories are a good escape for a few minutes each week.